guys, it's HeySofia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video we're going to be doing another addition to our little Santa Christmas village, and today we are going to be building an ice skating rink. So I think it's really important with towns like this that you're also building activities and things that can be fun. There's no point in having a fun little Christmas village if you're not actually going to have anything fun to do in it. So I think builds like this are really important. So today we're going to be building a natural shape ice skating rink. So these are the kind of like the ice skating rinks that people will set up on lakes or just set up outside when it is the holiday period. The first thing you want to do is make an outline, which we're going to do a rectangle just so we have a good base shape to make our natural shape from. Now you can make yours as big as you would like or as small as you would like. It just depends on your town. Some towns have really big ice skating rinks, whereas some have really small. So you can just adjust yours to be as big or small as you would like. But once you have your ice skating rink rectangle shape, you just want to kind of like adjust the edges like I am doing here. Just make them kind of like curved and come out a little bit so it's more like a lake. Or if you would prefer the rectangle shape, it's completely fine to keep it as the rectangle shape as well. I just personally prefer the shape of a more lake looking ice skating rink. Once you have the shape that you like, all you want to do is then fill in all the gaps with the packed ice block. I prefer the packed ice because you can't see through it, so it looks more like an ice skating rink ice. You just want to fill in all the gaps that you made and also replace the rectangle in the center with packed ice as well. Once you do that, you will end up with something like this, which you then want to make your little barrier so people don't skate onto the snow and skate out. You want your little barrier block. So for our barrier kind of like fence thing today, we're using the quartz block simply because when I have skated at ice skating rinks and from looking from Google and stuff like that, the majority of them either have like a metal kind of fence or they have a white fence. So we're using the quartz today because it is like the white fence that they use. And then on top of that, we're going to be using the like detail snow block and just making kind of little piles up of snow all around the edges and also just around the bottom to make it look like the snow is piling up on the outside of the ice. This kind of effect you'll see all throughout the village just because it shows that it's snowing a lot and it's really that time of the year in winter. So I just think it's appropriate to do it on things like ice skating rinks as well. But once you finish doing that, it will look something like this, which I think is really nice. You can also add them quite far away. And then you just want to make a hole for an entrance anywhere in your rink. You can make a couple if you like. I'm just making the one though. And that's just going to join up the pathway just so it's connected a little bit better to the town. So again, like I have in the past, I'm just going to be using the cobblestone and the stone just so we have a matching pathway. And then once you've built the path, you just want to grab the snow block, put snow blocks throughout it, make your little edges on the end as well. You can see the ice skating rink is pretty much come together, but I think it could really be a lot more festive. So we're going to add a few details that you can do to make yours more festive inspired. The first is we're going to add a wreath, kind of like hanging garland to the top of the whole ice skating rink. I will be using the jungle block for this because I think it's quite nice with the little like berry details or flower details that it has in there. But what you want to do is just around the edges, remove a few of the snow blocks, which is fine. And you could do 2 of the dark fence blocks like this, but I'll show you why in a second why you shouldn't. And you just want to make a kind of like drop down effect with the leaf block so it looks like they're hanging. But you can kind of see as I'm doing this with only the 2, it's looking a little bit like short and underwhelming, so that's why we're actually going to make it higher in a second, and I'll show you why. But I'll just finish this up to the front and then I'll show you. So if you make it taller like this, that one there. But you can see already from the little bits that I'm showing you, that's made quite a difference, and it's giving a more dramatic droop, which is more what you kind of see, especially for such a short height. It just looks a lot better. So you want to make sure that you're doing at least 3 blocks high for your fence posts, just so they have that really nice droop effect that you should have with a garland like this. But you just want to carry this along the whole way along your ice skating rink. Now I've made mine completely uneven, I've got no set pattern on how I do this, and that's why the garlands are going off in diagonal ways and stuff like that. You just want to do as many as you like. You could have more poles than this or less poles. I've just kind of gone for like an average of what I think looks nice with my eyes. And you can make really big droopy garlands to have a larger gap as well. But I sped up ahead and I have finished all the garlands and hanging around the ice skating rink. And I think this is already looking a lot nicer, and again, adding to that really kind of Christmassy feel. There is a lot more ways that you could decorate though. Instead of doing the dark fence for your little pole, you could do like red and white like the candy canes, so you're matching the lighting in the town. Maybe the border of your ice skating rink you could make all red and then have the white snow on top. There's lots of different ways that you could personalize it to be how you would like it to be. We're going to get into the final details though, which we're going to do a few things. The first is I'm just placing all these trees because it blends in with the rest of the village, and you should have trees around it just to, like I said, blend in more. You can add as many or few as you like, or you don't even have to add any at all. Maybe you're putting this in the middle of your town square or something like that. So don't feel like you have to do trees, but because I'm building like away from the town, I've got the space and the capacity to be doing that, so I'm adding trees to mine. But once we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is add a light. I'm just going to add one more up the back here because it's looking a little bit empty. There we go. But we're going to continue on with the candy cane lights and add one to the front right, just so we get it's the left right pattern. And the candy cane lights, you can also add the full way around the ice skating rink as well, just in the snow off the ice skating rink. I might add a few more later, but for now I'm going to keep this how it is. And last but not least, the final detail we're going to add is a little purchasing kind of booth for our ice skating rink. And we'll also add a little rack for the skates so people can pick them up for like hire and then put them on and go. I'm just going to make the base cobblestone so it matches the pathway, so it's kind of like someone's just set the stand up there. It's not like it's a permanent stand type thing. And then for the blocks, I'm just going to use a mix of spruce and dark oak just because I think it looks quite nice. I'll do some staircases around the bottom and fill in with white concrete. And I'm going to kind of have this angled roof look because I think it's quite nice and it looks really nice for little stands and things like that. The roof, I'll use the dark oak blocks like the staircases and slabs and just make a very simple roof, which I will also make an overhang for as well. Last but not least, we're going to add a little sign to the side here as well. There is the signpost. And we'll also add a little, like I said, a little ice skating skates rack. So over here we'll have our little rack. So this is where people will pick up their shoes for doing the ice skating. And then we'll make a little sign here saying skates for hire. So we might go ice skating, skates, rental, do some fancy lines, maybe like $5 or something. There we go. Now you could add more details, like you can add a person to the inside by using an armor stand or anything like that, but if you want to keep it quite simple, this is probably the best way to go about it. But we'll just add a little armor stand here though, and put a pair of shoes down the bottom, so it's kind of like you're advertising the skates. But there you go, so there is how to build a really fun little Christmassy themed ice skating rink for your town in Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's really fun and I think important to do builds like this when you're wanting to bring a little fun to a place. But thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and like always, thank you. Bye!